Alright guys, thanks for tuning in. Today we have got another build on Paul Fulton RC. We have got the Tamiya Neo Fighter on the DT-03 chassis. I've already got a couple of the DT-02 and the DT-03, but they're upgraded. They've got the ball diff and the steel dog bones, but this I'm going to leave it stock, so we'll see how we get on. I'm going to be putting a 4000 kV motor in it, low profile servo. Get these off Amazon pretty quick. If you can see the part number, search them on Amazon, and they're about £8.50. Shipping's a bit slow because they're coming from China, but £8.50 each, you can't go wrong with that. It's a JX digital servo, good stuff. Yeah boys, let's have a look in the box. There you go boys, pretty easy chassis. You don't even have turnbuckles, you all have upper and lower suspension arms. Proper strong chassis. I've seen people break the front, but then you know, if you smash it into a curb, what can you expect? But yeah, really good beginner's RC this is. I love these DT-03s. So anyway boys, we're going to jump straight into step 2 through to step 5, so that's 2 through to 5, which is building the chassis, getting the sponge bits in there to protect the battery, the front stays, attaching the front stays, getting the servo and the servo holder, and then we'll move on to step 6, which is getting the radio gear ready. So that's step 2 through to 5. Let's get it on. Shut up, will ya? Shut up. You're always making a fucking noise. Like a fish on land. Must be hell, no more cookies in this jar. Did I take it too far? Now I dwell in the sand like a fish on land. I was getting lost in the quicksand. There you go boys, easy as that. Steps 1 through to 5, front chassis done, the sponges in there to protect the battery, the servo in the servo holder. Now we're going to do step 6 through to step 10, which is getting the steering rods on the servo saver, the front lower arms onto the front bulkhead kind of bit, the front bumper on, and get them on the chassis. Come back and step 10 will be done. Yep. Do you want a new version of me just because?
you're deep in daydreams, where nothing's forbidden. Am I enough? If you could change, add or take from, what would it be? Would you tell me?
And there we go, boys. Step 2 through to step 10. Front bumper on, front bottom wishbone, steering servo in. When on the steering servo where it shows you on to use 2 screws in the mount, I always put 4 in. Just kicks off my OCD being like, you know, 2 when it should be 4. But yeah, that's done. So now we're moving on to step 11 through to 13, which is getting the front upper arms on, the steering knuckles. And then we're moving on to step B. Flying along, boys, flying along. I always say that. Flying along. Yep. Just like that, boys, that is step A done. The front suspension arms, the steering knuckles, the servo in. So step A is done. Now we're moving on to step B, which is starting the rear diff. Yep, so we'll do step 14 through to 19, which is basically get the rear gearbox complete. Do that next. And there you go, boys, there's the gearbox done, the motor in, all good, all good. Now we're moving on to step 20, which is getting the rear arms on, lower arms on, getting the drive cups in, getting the rear suspension on, and mounting the gearbox to the chassis. Then we're moving on to step C, so when we come back, gearbox will be in, the rear arms will be on, and it'll all be done. Yep.
Oh, how it goes in this stubborn town. No, to know how to get around. One said, we say what we are and we do what we teach. Let me preach in my world. Oh, how it goes. Say something, anything. Do something. Don't let me stand on this land and be ashamed.
And there you go, boys, just like that. That is step B done. Nice plastic chassis, plastic, fantastic. But yeah, plastic drive shafts. I'm not keen on the plastic drive shaft, but if they did the job, then you know, no complaining. So gearbox on, front arms on, back arms on. Now we're moving on to step C, which is starting the shocks. The kit usually comes with friction shocks, but this is the upgraded version where you get the torque tune motor, which is already on eBay, and DT-03 damper set. Starter shocks next. Yup.
You got me acting out. You, oh, tenderness is out the window. What you do to me when the cold bites blue is straight cool. Oh, it has to be you leaving writings on the wall. Promise me roses and a hungry haze, but now there's only madness. Got me feeling dusty. Got me feeling dusty. I can't even whisper and it's hard to see. Don't take my hand and wake me. Tell me it's a dream, a dream, the worst kind you've ever dreamed. Don't wanna lay another night here. Don't wanna walk another mile. I just can't. Please don't make me do it. I got too much to lose. I've got too much to lose. Too much to lose. Now lay me in the wilderness to dry up bits of your sweet caress. I can't wait no more. Willow trees have died and the last horn lark will fly. Got me feeling dusty. Got me feeling dusty. Please tell me it's a dream. A dream. Worst kind you've ever dreamed. I don't wanna lay another night.
And there we go, boys. There's the shocks built, the shock towers on, the shocks fitted. Now we're moving on to step 28 through to 30, which is to get the electronics in and the wheels and tyres on, and that's a chassis pretty much done. One thing about these DT-03 shocks is the rear springs are painfully soft. You can get upgrades, but we'll sort that out once we get the wheels and tyres on. So come back, that'll be done. And there you go, boys, electronics in. Sometimes you've got to move them around because the body gets in the way and stuff, but yeah, all good. The back tyres are incredibly tight to get on the wheels. But yeah, So that's pretty much done. What do I think of the kit? I love it. Consider, you know, to think this is a beginner's car. When I was starting out in RC, I mean, a beginner kit for me was like the Grasshopper or the Hornet, and you know how dated they are. But now, kids of today got awesome RCs like this. So yeah, just the body to do. So I'm waiting for the paint, but when you come back, the body will be done. Mate to this far. Thanks for tuning in. Please drop us a like and subscribe. It really helps the channel. See you in a minute. And there you go, boys. There's the Neo Fighter finish. That looks absolutely boss. Look how thin it is. Wow, that is one thin canopy. But yeah, boys, that turned out absolutely lovely. This is a beginner's car. It's absolutely great. I mean, oil-filled shocks, torque tune motor. What more do you want, man? Yeah, made up with that. Let's get some glory shots. Yeah, boys, so thanks as always for tuning in. Please drop us a like and subscribe. It really helps the channel. See you in the next one.